Hi, I'm Kristen
And I'm Nikki.
with Slick Marketers, the #1 salon suite marketing agency in the country.
We've been doing salon suite marketing for over a decade, so come with us to leverage our experience in working with different salon suite clients in different markets.
Today, we'd like to talk about the 3 issues salon suites are facing.
And if you're feeling the heat of these 3 major challenges, you're not the only one.
So, challenge #1 is high turnover. Stylists are coming and going faster than you can keep track, and it's affecting your bottom line.
Yes, it's something that we've been talking with our clients constantly for the last, I want to say, year, but really it's been a much more serious issue in the last 6 to 8 months, and everybody is facing it.
We have seen that salon suite tenants are leaving for 2 major reasons. The first being life changes, whether they do not want to be in the industry anymore, they're moving, their spouse is moving. And secondly,
They are finding what we don't want to say better options, but they're finding different options. So with the commercial space, the retail space being a lot cheaper, we're seeing our suite tenants move to storefronts at a cheaper cost or the same price. And that's where we're seeing a lot of the turnover.
right? So, what does that leave for you to do? Our solutions are you need to build community and build loyalty. It is so much easier to keep a tenant than attract a new one. One of the best ways we think to build community is having events. Now, this could be anything from a wine night, walking around with a margarita cart, serving your tenants and their guests drinks,
Yes.
or having even open houses and education events. Hosting a haircutting demo and opening it up to the public is a great way to not only, do something great for your people, but also inviting others from the community to join as well.
Yes, exactly. So this what Kristen's talking about is building the community, listening and understanding that maybe they need more business and they need to cross sell services to each other. So that's why she's talking about hosting events to help one another because we're hearing complaints about the cost of eggs, tariffs, all these things
Yeah.
are affecting their business. So we have to, as salon suite landlords, you have to be a listening ear, to be understanding, compassionate, and come up with solutions. Maybe some of these events also include business coaching.
Yes. Social media classes are a really big differentiator right now. And basically, anything that you can do to set your salon suites apart from the competitors. What can you bring to them that they can't get anywhere else?
Yes,
And more
yes.
importantly, I think it does come down like you build that loyalty by, rewarding those that have been with you the longest. Gone are the days where you didn't have to incentivize people for staying, but there's nothing keeping them from going to that salon suite down the street and getting 8 free weeks. When
Yes.
when everything else is the same, they're not feeling extra support or benefits from being at your location. They're going to move to try to capitalize on that deal. So we really do recommend loyalty rewards. The longer that you're with your tenants are with you, you can give them maybe a specific dollar amount off of rent or free weeks.
Yes, yes. I mean, just to add to that, with our calls, Kristen and I speaking and working with our salon suite owners, we're hearing that these people coming into tour, we're doing all the marketing people, we're getting booked tours. One of our salon suite owners he said to me, he said, Nikki, in the last 10 years I've ran my business, I've never seen the amount of hesitation. So when you bring them in, showcase that this is a community, this is the business support I offer you, and lock them in because should they walk down, 3 blocks and check out the other salon suite, that competition is going to get you on pricing. Was that the next topic? But
No.
okay.
But you really need to give them that sense of comfort and support. You know, we most of the clients that we work with, they have an operating manual, a startup manual, and going and telling them that, I'll walk you through this process. I'll tell you how to go get a business license and do this, how much retail you should do. Even going over pricing and other things, like that will give them the extra boost of confidence that they need to sign on the dotted line.
Right. Gone are the days where you just show them the suite and think that they'll lease because, that was something that was around 10, 15 years ago. You could just show them your beautiful suite and they'll lease. Now it seems like there is a salon suite on every street corner. So it's different. We have to change and adapt to today's market.
Right. And if you actually have a person that has followed through, come to and booked a tour with you and is there and they're qualified, you can't just let them walk out the door.
Right.
And we know that this is a major shift in how aggressive leasing is now, but this is the reality of the situation. So if you have somebody that would thrive, has that book of business or has the go get them attitude, you need to get them to commit before they walk out that door.
Absolutely. It's a different market now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So going to our second challenge, which we hear about all day, every day, and that's unqualified leads.
Yes. You might be getting leads, but not the right ones. We understand. We've been hearing it from 10 years ago. Now it's even increased more than ever. It's everybody's facing this. Doesn't matter who you are and what market you are, or how long you've been around, or if you're a new salon suite owner in a new territory. Unqualified prospects is a big issue. And it's just what I'm saying is what we're saying is that it's increased. And so it's time to tighten up your strategy.
Right. I mean, there are things that we do on the back end for our clients in terms of targeting, pre qualifying questions, and all of those do lead to higher quality leads. But you also need to realize that the market has shifted. It used to be that you would have dozens of well qualified applicants, people who had been have been in the industry for years, know how to run a business and all of that. That has changed a lot. We're getting a lot more inquiries from people who are newly graduated, but that doesn't mean that you should discount them.
Right.
If they are there, they are interested, they have that desire and go get them attitude to want to succeed. So I really think that we need to shift what we are open to in terms of who we're leasing to. I think having a book of business, being in the industry for 10 plus years are not the only indicators for success in a salon suite.
Right, right. I mean, if we look at this industry overall, it's been around for 2 decades. And so even going back 10 years ago, we had what Kristen's saying, really qualified leads, and they pre-qualified themselves because they had a book of business. They have mom and dad or their husband to fund the suite so they can build their book of business. I mean, we've met people who did a flexible lease term where they had a 0 book of business and then they built it. I mean, this is a new market, so this is something you have to be willing to do because there's a lot more competition, and not just salon suite competition, but office suites, medical office suites are competing directly for tenants just like you. So you have to have really great creative. You have to do a great job at segmenting your audience, playing with lookalike audiences in your Meta Google ads. But you also have to be willing to offer business coaching to bring them up so that they can stay long term and be successful at your salon suite.
Right. And I think we need need to be more open-minded about the types of professionals that will be successful. We've seen yoga, Pilates,
Reiki.
yes, acupuncturists. There's all kinds of service providers that would benefit from everything that your salon suite offers, but they just were not in our ideal target audience before.
Yes, I mean, here are some odd ones too, just for fun, right?
Yeah.
I've seen florists, I've seen ultrasound therapists,
Nutritionists.
Yes, yes.
What's the one that we can't say? Ayurvedic.
Ayurveda. Yes.
No, I don't know.
Yes.
But it's like a holistic health practitioner.
Yes, exactly. So just being open to this, because there are so many more salon suite options and the office suites are directly competing. We have to cast a wider net and open up the targeting so that you can fill up your suites with, they can be very qualified people too. So,
right. Okay, moving on to our third issue. Let's see, where is that?
Number 3, price undercutting.
Oh, this is such a hard one to talk about. It feels like salon suites are racing each other to the bottom.
Yeah, it really is tough because I've experienced, one of our clients, he said, my gosh, the guy who owns the building 3 blocks down, he copied exactly, he copied the layout, the flooring, the doors, everything. He made it look just like our client's building. But this guy owns a building, so he added in a receptionist, and he offers 24/7 towel service. I mean, how do you beat, I mean, this is what we're facing. How do you beat that when you can't always compete on price, right? So that's truly the challenge. We're seeing really gorgeous new salon suite spaces come in and offer a whole $50 a week cheaper than our clients. It's really getting competitive and a little scary out there. So how do we face this challenge and while attract the right people, while bringing in filling up your salon suites with qualified beauty and wellness professionals?
We really recommend, not lowering your prices unless you are dramatically higher than your local market. We believe the best thing to do is to restructure your move-in package. It is easier to do. You're able to sometimes negotiate longer lease terms, which is good for you. You're locking them in. And also, it's a little bit easier to explain with your current tenants. You don't want Sally down the hall saying, "Hey, how come I'm paying $50 more? I've been with you for 2 years."
Yeah.
I think that just opens up a whole other situation. But changing the move-in bonus, it's easier to be like, "Hey, that was the sale or the move-in bonus. Then this is the move-in bonus now." Right. And then, if you have really hard to please people, maybe giving them something extra,
right, right.
So would be fine.
So what Kristen is saying, that transparency with your existing tenants is important to have, because if you're running ads on Google, on Meta, you're posting stuff on social media, they're going to see it. Yeah. But it's a fact of communicating this with your existing tenants ahead of time and giving them some sort of loyalty bonus so that they stay for another year or two, should they want to, because it costs, there's studies where it costs 5 to 7 times more to find a new client rather than retain an existing client. So you guys want to work towards retaining your clients, but then giving them these loyalty bonuses. They will want to also help promote your salon suite location and maybe promote it to their friends and family to get some also referral bonuses. So I think that's really important, to not engage with the price wars, show where the value is, hold, as Kristen had discussed, hold these educational events, these community events, whether that's business coaching, hair techniques, things like that, bringing in beauty suppliers so that you can offer something of value so they can see that you're here to support their business and market their business too on social media. I think that's really important. We didn't talk too much about it, but maybe you can talk about how that's our strategy.
Oh, are we introducing our thing? No, we're not. We do have something coming up that will really help our salon suite landlords offer more for their clients, but that's going to come out a little later this year. But you guys are the first to know if you made it this far in our video.
Yes.
But really focusing on that premium experience. What are your differentiators? It can't just be price, right? Like that's not going to work. What else are you offering? What else, is your location safer? Do you have 24/7 security? Do you have a lot of security cameras, and it's a very safe experience, right?
Yes.
Like these are all things that we need to focus on and add to our marketing.
Right. And something that Kristen has developed is when we take on new clients, we have a template where we have our clients introduce Slick Marketers as their marketing agency to support them in their business. So we guide them, hey, please tag us on Instagram. We're here to support your business. If you want to have features talking about you, this is for the suite owners, but we'll feature them, talk about their services, their products, to promote them. And so that's part of building that value and giving them an elevated level of support that not all salon suite landlords offer.
And that's what's building loyalty. Giving your salon suite tenants that exposure, them knowing that you're supporting their business by spotlighting them on social media, like it goes a really long way, to build that loyalty and trust. So I think that that's great.
So to recap, there's high turnover, poor quality leads, and pricing wars that are really affecting this industry right now. Slick Marketers has the experience. We've been doing for 10 years. We collaborate and meet with our clients consistently to hear of the issues, to come up with game plans, to strategize, to adapt to their particular local market and needs. I think we are really, we've been around for so long.
Yes.
We're not the grandmas of marketing, are we? Kristen calls us the grandmas of marketing.
But yes, we have the privilege of working with so many smart, talented salon suite owners and landlords, partners across the country. So we have a really great sample of what is happening in all kinds of different markets, from major metropolitan ones to rural areas. And the challenges are slightly different, but we're able to pull all of that knowledge and really provide the best service and the best advice and collaboration with our clients. So if you would like some help and you're ready to stop putting out fires and get ahead of this market, you can book a free strategy session with us just by heading over to our website and clicking the button